Hello, my name is Ms. Jones. I'm the librarian at Ellis Middle School. I'm looking forward to having you into the actual library as soon as possible. But until then, I want to make sure that all of you know how to use our eBooks. So, what I want you to do is go to Clever on your computer. You should see the little C up here if you're not familiar with it. On Clever, you will find the Ellis Card Catalog. I have my icon listed up at the top as my favorites. You might have to scroll down, but it says Ellis Card Catalog. It's in orange here. So you will click on that. Once you do, you will be brought to the Ellis Library page. This is the page you would use to search for library books that we have in the library, to check your account. You could find databases on here, and this is where you will find the ebooks. Now, while you're on this page, you might want to go ahead and bookmark it so you have it in the future. Just click on the star. I would call it Ellis Library. That way you'll have it again when you need it. So to get to the ebooks, you are going to click on this green square that says Access 360. Here you can see a little bit of the login information, but I'm going to explain that to you now. So you'll click on it, and just like we did with the library page, you should bookmark this, and we'll call it ebooks. Now, some of you might already have accounts set up, and some of you might be new to this. So I am going to show you how to log in either way. You'll hit login, and you will enter your full ID number for your library card. Your library card ID, again, is your full ID number, all the numbers. And your PIN is going to be your 8-digit birth date. So 2 numbers for the month, 2 numbers for the day, and 4 numbers for the year. And you'll log in. I like to check the Remember Me box because I'm the only one that uses this computer. If you share a computer, then you might not want to check that. Log in. And here you are. It's a good idea to go ahead and set up your account if you haven't done that yet. Right here it says welcome. If you set up your account, it'll have your name there. So we will click on that and view our settings. Your display name is whatever you would like to show up at the top. Maybe your first name or nickname is fine. Your email address is going to be your U46 email address. So it's the first letter of your first name, your full last name, the last 5 digits of your ID number at student.u-46.org. If you can see it here. So it's your U46 ID or email address, sorry. Security question. I would pick something simple. What's your favorite animal or your favorite color? If you scroll down, some of the questions are really meant for people that are a lot older than you. I would pick the first 2. Okay. And then you'll want to update your settings. This is a sample, so I didn't add anyone's email address here. Once you have that set up, you can start looking for books. On the first page, you'll see some popular books, recommended books. There are 2 main types of books that we have here. We have audiobooks that you can listen to, and we have ebooks that you can read the words. You can see here that this has headphones right here, so that means you listen to it. This book right here has a little book, so that means you just read the words on the page. So we offer both. When you're searching, you might want to just look at the featured books. You might want to put in some keywords, but you can also click on these 3 lines and let's browse by subject. Now, if you clicked fiction, you're going to get a lot of books that are for all different ages. So I would recommend scrolling down and clicking on young adult fiction. And once you're there, you can even narrow your search down even more. Some of these categories are a little bit odd or obscure, but it might help you still. Let's look at thrillers and suspense. Click on it. Okay. So we are looking at young adult fiction, thrillers, and suspense. There are 106 results. So if we want to narrow that down, we can refine the search. Let's search by format. Let's do just ebook. So we just want to read the words on the page. And importantly, I would look at availability. Availability. You probably don't want to look at a bunch of books that are not available right now. You want to see just what you can check out today. So we're going to click available now. That number is now down to 75, which is more manageable. You can narrow that down even further by, let's say, age level. Let's look at grade 7 through 9. And now we're down to 35, so that's a little more manageable. So let's look and see here. If you might recognize something that you've heard of, or you might recognize an author. And again, you could load more down here at the bottom. There are a couple of books here that caught my eye. Let's see. Time Bomb is one that Catherine Blair from Gail Borden Library has recommended to me before, so that might be a good one to look at. I'm going to click on it and see a little bit about the book. You can read the little synopsis here, and if you're interested in the book, then you can check it out. Let's see what it says here. 7 students trapped in their school after a bomb goes off must fight to survive while also discovering who among them is the bomber. In this provocative new thriller from the author of the New York Times best-selling trilogy. Oh, I did not know that it's a trilogy. So you can keep going if you're interested, but this sounds good to me, so I'm going to check it out. The good thing about ebooks is that you'll never have late fees, because if you notice right then, it said it was due September 9th. Your books expire, poof, after 3 weeks. So that means you need to pace yourself and make sure you finish in that amount of time. If you don't finish, then you could renew it if it hasn't passed the due date yet. However, if someone else has it on hold, then it might take a little while for you to get it back. So you can download the book if you want it to be quicker every time you go to read it. Now, it won't take up too much space on your computer because after the 3 weeks, it's just gone. So I would recommend downloading it to make your time more efficient. So let's hit read now and see what happens. Here we go. We can click through the first few pages of the intro and such. Here we go. This is page 1, well, page 5 down here at the bottom, but it's the first page of the story. You can do certain things like change the font size if you want it larger or smaller here. You can choose the layout. You can change the color schemes. You can bookmark it. You can highlight it, take notes. You can look words up. When you log off of your account, the Access 360 will remember what page you left off on. So you don't need the bookmark, to keep your spot. You might just want to use the bookmark to refer to things later. So I'm going to go back to here to show you that when you're done reading a book, you can actually return it. It'll expire in 3 weeks. But if you finish it early, it's the nice thing to do to go ahead and return it so that if someone else wants to read it, they can. So let's go back and look for a book. Maybe we'll look for an audio book. So I'm going to look again for young adult fiction. And this time, I might look for, I guess I'll do thrillers and suspense again. But this time for the search, I'm going to refine it by format, audiobooks. And there are only 9, so there are a lot more ebooks than there are audiobooks. And as I look here at the 9, I know that 2 can keep a secret. I'm familiar with this author, so I'm going to click on it and investigate it a little bit more. Echo Ridge is small town America. Hillary's never been there, but she's heard all about it. Her aunt went missing there at age 17. And only 5 years ago, a homecoming queen put the town on the map and she was killed. Now, Ellery has to move there to live with a grandmother she barely knows. The town is picture perfect, but it's hiding secrets. And before school even begins for Ellery, someone has declared open season on homecoming, promising to make it as dangerous as it was 5 years ago. Okay, so that sounds interesting to me. I am going to check it out and listen to it now. If you're going to listen to an audiobook, you probably should have some headphones with you just in case you have other people in the house. You don't want it to be too loud. I've never heard an ebook with 2 readers, so that's interesting. Okay, that sounds good. That's a good intro. So I'm going back here to the main Access page, and we can see under our checkouts that we have 2 can keep a secret. I am going to return it now just in case anybody else wants it. So there are a lot of different features on this website that I think you can learn about better by playing around with it. I encourage you to check out our ebooks. We had almost 10,000 ebooks checked out at Atlas last year, which is pretty amazing. So I really hope that, especially in this time where we can't access our physical library, I hope that you will take advantage of the ebooks. If you have any questions, you can email me, Stacy Jones at u-46.org, STACEY, and I will do my very best to help you. Make sure you go through Clever to access this and bookmark it. After you bookmark it, you should just be able to go right back to that site. So happy reading. I would love to hear from you. If you have some books that you've read that you enjoy, I always like to take recommendations. So, all right. Thank you.